Things are constantly changing throughout the city due to COVID-19. I'm here via Skype with Mayor Greg Dion to find out the new measures taken throughout the city. So, Mayor Greg Dion, could you please just let me know what's changed now in the last week?
Well, we've changed quite a bit. Last week we were allowed to have meetings not larger than 25. Well, now it's down to 10. So we're adjusting how we communicate down to 10. Like yesterday morning, we had a police commission meeting. There was 9 of us. We were in a bigger boardroom and better spaced, and so it worked out fine. And what we're going to do for council is that we'll only have 9 people in the chambers, and the rest of the councillors that are not there can phone in, and they'll be put in through a telephone conversation.
That makes perfect sense. So when it comes to the City Hall's procedures, I saw that there was a media release that was given out last week in terms of water bills, parking tickets, so forth. Can you just give us a little more information on that?
Yes, we will never shut off people's water in a crisis. The people that suggested that should be ashamed of themselves for being fearmongers. You know, we are human beings and we understand crises. But the problem is when you're in a crisis, everyone becomes an expert. And that's why I say to people, I'm not listening to them. I'm listening 100% to the province of Saskatchewan. They have all the experts. They've got the scientists, the doctors, and all the history to move us forward. So we're in general contact with the government. Again, today at 1:30, I'll be having a conference call with the government to see what else they require from us, and we comply. And I think if people listen to the government and comply with the government's wishes, that we can get through this.
It's one of those things that we have to be extra precautious during this time to make sure that we are not only safe ourselves, but keeping others safe as well. So in terms of City Hall and just basically following along with what we know, what else can you give us information on?
Well, we're operating. We do have doors closed and locked for the protection of our staff. But we're still processing bills and water and paying accounts. So lots of people have paid online, and lots of people are phoning in, and so that system's working. We're working hard, and soon going to announce some plans on what we're going to do moving forward with property taxes and things like that. But what people don't understand, your property tax bill isn't due to the end of June. So some of the cities have jumped into it and said that they're going to, put it off to September 1st. Well, what they did is they misled lots of people. Lots of people phoned me and said, well, why aren't you canceling the taxes? Well, those cities are not canceling the taxes. You are still going to have to pay. All they did is move the payment date from the end of June to the end of September. Well, I'm working on a plan to give you relief. Like, I'd sooner work on a plan instead of borrowing the $30 million to operate for those 3 or 4 months. I'd sooner see if I could reduce your taxes by 5%. Get you still to pay, because people can still pay by the end of June, and those ones that can, I want to encourage them. So I'm looking at a plan to give them a tax reduction, and that's more that you need. We have hoteliers that are in trouble. So there is a report going to council on Monday that we're going to cancel collecting the destination marketing fund, which will save collectively all the hotels about $300,000. But that's just the right thing to do, because they have no tenants, they have no customers, so they can't be collecting the fee. So let's cancel it. We don't need it this year, strictly because we have no events. So we have lots of money in the bank, and so let's suspend that, which I'm taking to council, and I'm quite sure on Monday that will happen. But those are the kinds of plans that I want to give. I want to give people relief. I just don't want to delay the payments. I want to see if we can come up with some plan, to help them out financially.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mayor Greg Dion. I look forward to speaking with you next week. Like Mayor Greg Dion said, so much is happening so rapidly throughout the city, but the one thing that remains is that we're banding together to keep everyone safe. If you need any additional information, make sure you tune into CTV News, and make sure you tune in next week to CityNow.
CityNow, brought to you by the City of Prince Albert.